Welcome back to another episode of Elevated Times Pod. Marty, got my cousin,
Sean, what's up? How we doing?
and we're back at it. Last week we had a guest, a good friend of ours, Ryan. He was nice enough to come join us on the pod and hang out, and we got a little wild, so go check that episode out. Don't judge us too hard, but yeah, we're here. We're trying to do a weekly thing now and be consistent with it. But how you doing? How was your weekend?
It was good, yeah. So I had a wedding this weekend. Two of my best friends got married, so congratulations to you guys.
Hey, congrats.
You know who you are. Labor Day weekend wedding, that's you. But yeah, it was great. You know, I fucking love weddings. Weddings are always a blast. If I'm ever out there saying weddings suck, I'm miserable. Like, someone should come and fucking smack me, because weddings are a blast. Like,
You were, just some context, you weren't just going to the wedding, you were
Right.
part of the wedding too.
yes,
So
which is now the third I think I've been in, in the wedding party.
that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Just happens.
I've never actually been a part of a wedding. I've gone to a few weddings.
Mm.
I mean, family weddings, and they're a blast. But
Yeah.
being involved, have you been to weddings where you're not a part of it, and opposed to, are you always just involved?
Honestly, now that I think about it, I don't know if I had. I mean, if I was younger, like as a kid, but you know, since like high school, any wedding I've been, it's been
Yeah.
my close friends or my brothers. So yeah, I've just always been the most a groomsman.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Forever a groomsman.
Yeah, not a bad thing.
But it was awesome. You know, my buddy, he chose him well. I think actually his wife might have chosen, but all black suits, like a goldish kind of tie. You know, some sick cufflinks with some pot leaves on them.
So
like,
sick. Yeah, he was showing them to me before we started the pod. They're dope.
he got everyone their own, you know, so like it was just a good time. And anytime you get to be with all your friends and their family, and I don't know, like the dance floor, like, you know, just getting out there listening to the shitty classic wedding songs that everyone plays, like
Shout out to DJ.
yeah, shout out to DJ. Twisted, was it not Twist and Shout, but You Make Me Wanna Shout. Yeah,
Put your hands up and shout.
yeah, I don't care. That song gets me amped.
It's a good wedding.
Only
song.
weddings though.
Yeah.
You know, like I couldn't just sit in the car,
Yeah.
like cruising to work, but.
Yeah, you could just be like out at like a young like outing too, where it's just like, all right, after this rap hip hop song, we got shout.
I'm like, yo, pass me the chord. I got a bop coming up.
Yeah, they're like, who put this on? Take the aux cord away.
But yeah, no, it was great. You know, it went smoothly. I think everyone has got their hiccups.
Yeah.
Shit happens, little things with the venues being stupid or whatever. But
At least for good stories though.
Oh, exactly.
Nothing can be as smooth as possible. You know?
Mhm.
And if it is, like something's bound to happen to it. So
I swear, the dude who drove. So we had got a limo to go to this like bar. 'Cause, you know, groomsmen, we're just kind of hanging around. We're making sure that my buddy doesn't get too fucked up. Gets to there, we get him. You know, we were just trying to make sure he's
a
set
hangover
up.
situation.
So while the girls are getting their photos done, we go to a bar at the golf like clubhouse, because it was in
Yeah.
a country club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with like a big golf course, really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
But the dude driving the limo was nuts. I'm sorry, like he showed up, we're like waiting outside because he was supposed to already be there, and he like was parked behind some big van because there's mad weddings at the hotel, and he comes around the corner looking like the Six Flags guy. He's like, hello,
God.
sirs, how we doing today? And like just super high energy right off the bat. He's like, sir, here's what I'm going to tell you we're going to do. I just want you, sir, to understand where I'm coming from, sir.
Oh,
like
God.
nonstop. We'll just chitter-chatting the whole time, you know. At first, we're just,
couple nose beers maybe.
that's what we were thinking.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
at first, he's just eccentric. We're like, he's just fun. He's elevated for his job. He's excited to be here.
After the like 12th sir and like 2 sentences,
Yeah.
like there might be something else going on.
After trying to pour champagne, and he slams on the brakes, and I spill champagne on one of the other groomsmen. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
God.
a mess. But
I feel like those guys are always kind of wild. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've not been in too many limousines, but the ones I have been, the drivers are always just like banging turns. I remember being on the highway with one. They're just like doing like just every lane going over. Like, how are you doing that in a limousine?
yeah, like
Insane.
how fucking long are they even? Like, how do you even? I don't know. But
Also, I got like this. So like it's on this topic,
Yeah.
but like just driving laws. That like there's a legal room for you to just drink in the back of a car while someone drives. It's kind of crazy.
I think it's the division. You know, you can have that window, and like I guess that's enough to be like, I didn't have anything to drink.
Like there's not even a seatbelt back there, is there?
No,
Yeah, there's literally a mini fridge or like a cooler.
Yeah.
There's ice and drinks.
there are
or, like-
glasses everywhere. If something falls and shatters, we're fucked.
Yeah, But that's just crazy because like the legality of it, like the fact that that's like normalized in society.
Oh, yeah.
But like God forbid you caught driving down the road and you're like, I'm good, I'm sober, you can test me. My buddies are in the back just drinking. They'd be like, open container. Like, what are you talking about?
And like, I never see a limo go by and assume they're not drinking or blowing lines in the back. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like it's just stereotypical limo. You're getting fucked up in the back, and the dude in the front is crazy, or person, or woman, whatever.
Yeah, they, them,
But
whatever.
That guy, Mr. Six Flags.
Yeah,
was-
Mr. Six Flags.
man,
Dun,
but-
dun, 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 dun. That's great. Hell yeah, no, it's only get a fire weekend. I was pretty low key. I mean,
Yeah.
I just chilled out with the kids and the fam. But
Yeah.
excited for the pod, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking forward to keeping this going and trying to be consistent with it. And we're not trying to have it be anything more than what it is, dude. We're just hanging out, shooting the shit. We like to talk about some stuff. I know you had a few topics in mind. Was there anything you want to spitball off? And
I want to talk about this last week because it just seems like such an interesting idea. I think I might have mentioned it, but we got a little carried away. You know, we were having fun with it. So
The Ryan episode is great. I can't wait.
yeah. But there's a new show coming out called Secret Levels. I think I talked to you a little bit about it previous that day. You never watched Love and Death of Robots?
No.
Okay. It's I believe it's a Netflix original.
This is an anime or is
It's
this
an animated show.
Okay.
It's like different sort of animation styles through the different stories.
Interesting.
Episodic sort of thing. So like each one is a small story in that episode. But that's just kind of like
Does it like consistent? Like is one episode to episode 2, or is it just completely different storyline each episode?
I want to say completely, but I only watched like half of the first. Like I didn't.
Okay.
I liked it. It was cool, but it didn't stick with me. You know,
Okay.
I checked it out.
I'll have to give it a shot.
Yeah, it's
See what
popular.
I like.
But they have a new show coming out, Secret Levels, and basically what it is, it seems to be they're gonna do like sort of episodic thing of different video games. You know, they did a sort of teaser trailer, and
I did see the trailer.
yeah, okay. So like they showed a shot of
Mega
Mega Man. That's the one I'm excited for.
I'm hyped for that.
Kratos from God of War.
Yeah.
People think they might have been like Ghost of Tsushima. Looked like that was in there, but there's a few games it could have been. So it's still speculative of what they're gonna do, but I just think it's such a great idea.
It really is. I mean, especially with like where video games are today, the rise of it, and you know, just the portrayal of video games to television / movies hasn't always been the best. It's gotten better over time, but if they do this right, it really opens up the room for so many video games to be shown and portrayed in a storyline. Even if it's just like a one episode thing, like. But I'd love to see where it goes, and if they do it right, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's been getting better in the past years. We got the Last of Us show did phenomenal, and that is what finally kicked me in to play the game. I'm almost finished it now.
Oh, really nice.
I think I'm like 75% of the way done.
Hell yeah.
But there's that Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
That game was dead. Like
Yeah,
that came out on
yeah.
release, and everyone hated it. You know, it was glitchy, it was shit. And a year later, they drop a Netflix anime. You know, I believe it was a Japanese studio working for Netflix behind it. So like people call it an anime. I don't know exactly how you would, but
Animated.
yeah. So Edge Runners
Yeah.
blew up. People love that show. It's great. You should definitely check it out.
I have to. Yeah.
And then they could do update. Like it revitalized the game. I know there's some. It was on Amazon Prime. Fallout. Fallout. Also huge.
Fallout, and then you also have oh god,
Another
brain's
video
not
game one?
working. Yeah, the car one.
Oh, you watched it.
Yeah,
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. Thank you. God, I'm so bad with remembering.
We
something.
definitely talked about this, but did you finish that?
I didn't finish it, but I did watch like a few episodes of it. I mean, just I don't know. It's just like a pull out of the hat idea to be like, hey, people really like this video game in the early 2000s. Let's make a show about it. But like, I mean, the concept's there. I mean, sorry,
Smacking the mic.
the concept's definitely there though, and for what it wasn't bad. I wouldn't be like, don't watch it if you feel like checking it out. It's all right.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's so much. Unfortunately, it's so hard for like I guess nowadays they're always trying to revive stuff or remake it. We were talking about this with like the Alien series. It's like they're always just trying to milk stuff out of there or do new stuff with something that like there's not a lot of original ideas. And if it's really getting to that breaking point where there's not a lot of original ideas and now they're just diving into like, oh well, this was a great storyline for a video game. How could we portray it into a TV movie, put it on the big screen? So I mean, if that's the approach a lot of these studios are taking, I mean, I'm not mad about it. I mean, there's so many great video games and storylines. I'd love to see what this show that you're talking about, if they did Gears of War. Because
that's one I've heard people excited for them to possibly do.
yeah, I mean, it's a great storyline.
Right.
And I love the Gears of War series, so.
One of the best. Those old days, that first one is like etched in my heart.
Dude, seriously, Gears of War, the original Gears of War was amazing.
I mean, I think I played like the other 2 or 3, but I know there's definitely a few that I dropped off. And
I don't know. There's definitely more than 3, I think.
Yeah,
Quote me if I'm wrong. I think I only played the first 2 fully through, and then maybe played a little bit of the third one, but I think it was around the time where, like, Xbox was fading out of my life and I became more of a PlayStation guy. But yeah, I could see them really taking off on it. Even if it's not through that show, or just like its own series or just like a movie, like it's a great alien apocalyptic concept. And
yeah,
I mean, most of these video games that we're talking about, I mean, like the playthroughs of them, it's like almost playing through a movie. I mean, you're taking over the character, his point of view, and all this stuff happening. I mean, even just like the helicopter scenes, like Marcus jumping off and they're like just getting away and all the locusts, and like it's so cinematic in the video game. Like, and they really wanted to do. If in real life version, even not animated would be sick, but animated too. You know, there's just so many approaches they could take.
Right.
A little bit more of that, right? Approaches. Didn't sound right.
Close enough to me.
Yeah.
Are there any other games that like really stood out that you think would be great to be adapted in that?
Ooh, that's a good question. This is kind of out of pocket, but like if they did it right, like in kind of like a multiverse sense, like a Super Smash Bros. Episode in a weird way could really work if they did it right. Like maybe like I don't know, like just like there's this huge battle arena and they're just pulling characters from different realms or realities or multiverse or whatever it may be. I could see that being a good episode. Like maybe like you're just like you don't even know what's going on, so maybe like halfway, a little bit like 3/4 in the episode, you're like, oh, this is Super Smash Bros.
Right.
Like I was kind of confused as to why we're seeing all these different characters and where they're going. Like maybe they're just like I don't know, an entity that's coming and grabbing these characters. We're like, where is this going? Yeah, it's just grabbing people out of their universe.
And you could so easily do something like Snake, where it would be the first few minutes, people are like, oh, they're doing an episode about Metal Gear Solid, you know, and then like a little bit in, he walks into an arena and there's like fucking Mario and like Kirby fighting in the background,
just adjusting his glove, like
that would be really cool. I don't know if it would happen just because it's so much, but like you'd have to do it well. It'd have to be a nice, concise story of like you said, like a tournament arc, and we just see a little bit. They highlight some of like the more popular characters or something.
Yeah,
that could be a lot of fun.
It'd be good if they went into it where like the audience is a little bit more confused as to what's going on. Like you don't want to go right into it like a Super Smash Bros. Episode. You're like, why? Like it would have to be like, oh my god, that click in your head. Yeah. I feel like that would be a cool way to do it. That's a good. I don't know about any other games though. I mean, that was kind of just an out of pocket answer.
I know. I'm thinking. I feel like there might have been something already, or maybe I'm just making it because there's so many cinematic parts of it. But Kingdom Hearts could be so cool.
Oh, that could have its own just show. I feel like, but yeah,
and honestly,
Kingdom Hearts episode.
The story's so convoluted; it might be kind of hard to get a cohesive single episode. You know, like
Disney's in the way of that one. Though.
Yeah, exactly. You know, what'd be cool too is if they could do like a almost Game of Thronesy, Lord of the Rings feeling Skyrim.
Ooh, that would be
like
cool.
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah,
they have so much to pick from that.
There's so much.
And you could just kind of microscope into one little part of it, and just in the world. You know what I mean? Like, and just have a few little Easter eggs for the fans.
I'm trying to think. It's funny, like, and this is like on the flip side of it, because it hasn't been too many things that have been like taken from the big screen into video games. Two major ones I can think of, like the Spider-Man games are great, even though obviously originally a comic, and the Harry Potter games have always done really well. Obviously originally a book, but I'm just basing off of like the popularity grew from the big screen and then delivered into a video game.
Right.
I can't think of too many that have really done well and succeeded in that.
Right.
But it's funny, like there's just so much that you can do with video games when it comes to just putting it on the big screen. And I'm so interested to see how the show plays out if they do it right. And I feel like the first episode needs to be like a banger for people to go into it.
Right.
So
they have to go hard with like Mega Man or Kratos or something like. I know some other ones people have been talking about would be great. Would be like, what is it? Crap. Nathan Drake is like the exploring. Fuck, I played them and I'm blanking on the name.
Tomb Raider?
No, that could be good too though. Lara Croft.
Well, they already did a movie.
Yeah, you're right. No, they did a movie with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland.
Oh, I know.
It's escaping me right now.
It is escaping me as well.
It's they're like some.
Where's the guy in the chair?
Oh my god! It's so
Where's our fact checker? I watched it not that long ago too. And it was actually really good. Like, and I'm like, I kind of do see some corniness sometimes in these like action adventure movies, but that one was good. I liked it, and I'm actually bummed out I can't remember the title.
I know, me too. But you're right, they already did some. So I guess there's more than I'm thinking. But
There's a lot.
yeah.
I feel like when that one was like kind of presented, it for people who were removed from the video game side of it, just saw it as like a good movie with some big mainstream actors. But I don't know.
But yeah, no, I think it's coming out this December. I'm definitely gonna look out for it. I'm definitely gonna watch it when that comes out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I said, Love Death and Robots was sick. I believe this is gonna be good, and anything to show the public how good video game stories really are.
Yeah.
The better, because it's been getting a little better, like we talked about before, but like there's still so many. Like there's people who play video games just for the story.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe they're not the most exciting action wise, but like a good story is compelling, you know.
I'm trying to think still, and I'm really.
Was there anything else?
I'm just trying to like.
I know what I would prefer, Jack and Daxter.
Ooh.
But I think more people would really love a Ratchet and Clank one. They seem a little more mainstream, a little more loved, but I always prefer Jack and Daxter.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, dude, the chaos, not the like the. I don't remember what they call it, but like the different colored.
I think it was Chaos. Was it the Chaos?
No, I was gonna say Chaos Emeralds.
That's Sonic.
Yeah, but it was
which is getting a third movie, which a live action one.
Did you see that trailer?
I did.
Okay.
I just can't get over the voice acting. I think for the characters, like Knuckles is just.
This is a good hard shift because I'm curious about this. So Knuckles is Idris Elba?
The voice actor?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's a deep voice character, whoever it is. And I've never really, I only watched the first one a little bit. I haven't like full dive watched them. I mean, kids love them. And I love that Sonic is being kept alive. I think I loved those games as a kid. And they definitely took a different approach to the live action. I think whatever they're doing, they did it right. They got a third installment coming out with Shadow, which I think would be really cool.
Do you know who's voicing Shadow?
I do not. Do you?
Keanu Reeves.
Is it really?
Yeah, and I didn't realize that watching it at first.
Wow.
And I was talking to someone and I'm like, yeah, it's Keanu Reeves, and the energy behind that just fits for me. Like that's sick. And
it's John Wick.
Dude, in the trailer, Shadow is beating the fuck out of Sonic.
Yeah, I like how they like overpowered him.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, if you're in a third installment and Knuckles was the bad guy in the second one, I'm not even sure what the storyline was with the movies, but like, go big or go home.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're throwing someone like Shadow on the big screen, you better just be bodying everyone.
You know what's crazy? Like, I was aware that those movies were coming out, but like, I saw this trailer, the third one, and I was like, damn, I still never watched 1 and 2. Like, I'm slacking because it's like I meant to, but
I think it's more for like a kids audience, but that doesn't stop us from wanting to see it and have our opinions on it. The Mario movie, which I don't know if we've talked about on the pod before, but I loved it. I think, with all the controversy with Chris Pratt at the time, I think they actually did it really good. And there's spoilers ahead. There's an Easter egg at the end that there's going to be like a Yoshi movie or something. But the idea of like a Nintendo verse on the big screen, it sounds great to me. Like I'd love to see where they go with it. And with how well they did the first Mario movie, I can imagine the second one. They're going to top that.
And like, there's already talks of the Donkey Kong movie coming. There's talks about a Legend of Zelda movie coming. Like, they're building the Nintendo version. Like Smash Bros. The movie. Could be here before.
Honestly, that would be crazy. That's just what it's all leading to.
Yeah.
But is Smash Bros. All just Nintendo characters? No, it's definitely venturing off.
No, yeah. So they would only probably do so many. I mean, like the new ones, obviously, they're not gonna put Sephiroth and Sora and fucking Ice Climbers are Nintendo. But, there's some character like the Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Wait, that's Nintendo, is it? Yeah.
I don't know.
There's definitely some that haven't crossed over that aren't Nintendo.
Was there? Am I incorrect? Was there not Final Fantasy characters in Smash Bros. At one point?
Cloud, Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made it.
Okay. Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid, that's not Nintendo,
true.
Like they definitely have a few, but they could pull from, even if you just did like some of the originals, you know what I mean? Like Mario, Luigi, Kirby, fucking DK, Zelda, Zelda and Link.
Yeah.
Like you could do
Samus.
Right, and there's already so many. You don't need to go too crazy with it.
Star Fox,
Oh, Fox would be sick.
That'd even be a cool episode for that show.
Yeah, right. Dude, remember that old game?
Which one? Oh, the original Star Fox game?
Oh yeah.
I forget the name of the
I know,
title
but
of it.
why have they not made more Star Fox movies or games?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he just became a staple in Smash Bros. That it was like,
Why bother?
yeah, I don't know.
I guess. But yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the Sonic movie because I really want to watch those, get caught up on those because the third one just looks fucking sick.
The third one does look good. I've seen bits and pieces of it from my kids watching the second one, but I haven't like sat down and watched it. I know I've seen like the first one. There's definitely some cringy stuff in it. I do remember walking by, I was like, why is this being so like, it was like a shirtless guy scene or something that was definitely just like amplified in a way that I'm like, what?
Was it the dude who's like friends with Sonic?
No, not him.
Oh,
it's
not
like
the main guy?
It's like a bar scene or something.
So
It's very strange.
It's just a random shirtless dude. It's not even like.
I didn't forget the context of it, but I mean, who knows?
You know, we'll have to watch him and get back to you on that.
Yeah, that's for real. Any other things you were interested to talk about, or?
I know we were talking a little bit before. Well, kind of going off of castings because we were talking about Keanu Reeves for. I know the One Piece live action just released a bunch of new casting choices.
Ooh, interesting.
And this is it. I want to hear your takes. I don't know if we've talked about this yet. I'm curious what you think about it. So you've read through Skypiea.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they're gonna do the Alabasta arc, and for those who don't know One Piece, Alabasta is famously like Egyptian based.
Yes.
Like just inspired by Egypt and all that stuff.
Desert landscapes and that kind of thing.
Right. So there's a big thing in Hollywood that, and I guess the One Piece live action is kind of falling into the same thing where Indian actors are given jobs for typical Arabic actors. You know, like so. Instead of getting, everyone wants an Egyptian actor to play Egyptian characters.
Exactly.
You know, and once again, the One Piece live action has gone with, you know, a few
It's
Indian
okay
actors.
unless it's a mermaid. Sorry.
And it sucks because one of the ones, so you know, Vivi, her dad Cobra, is being played by the guy who played Suresh in Heroes.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I actually did. I think I did come across
I might have
something
sent
like
somebody.
that. I think you did,
But
yeah.
I heard that at first, I'm like stoked because he's great.
Full
And,
circle.
Yeah. The girl, check it out last week's episode.
Yeah. I forgot I even did that until you said that.
Vivi's
But
character is being played by someone who was on Bridgerton. Both really well-known, good actors, but there's that controversy of like, should they have been picked
based on their ethnic background or whatever. That's sort of like a teetery rope to go. I don't know. Like, I think if the actor's good for the role and it suits them, I don't think it has to line up perfectly.
Right.
But obviously, like in certain cases where it's like so out of pocket and like nowhere near, you'll never guess who's calling me right now.
No way.
Yeah.
We
might edit this out.
Oh yeah, we'll see. But
brother man.
We got our buddy.
What the fuck is going on?
Guess who I'm sitting next to right now recording a podcast?
The fucking Sean.
Yo.
What the fuck did I had that thought too. I was like, I gotta call Marty and know he's with fucking.
Yo, there's a second.
What's going on, boys?
The other dude, how you doing, bro?
That's great.
I'm doing much. I'm doing really good, actually.
I'm glad to hear that, man. I know you've had a rough past year, dude. Awesome to hear from you.
Yeah, dude. I know it's been a minute. I'm sorry. I've been so fucking spectral. I've been,
Spectral.
just working on shit.
Dude, you're good, man. We were just, giving you your space. I know we touched base a little bit here and there, but it's super good to hear from you, dude. The universe is aligned. I just looked down. I'm like, I never get phone calls, and I'm like,
That's
freaking
crazy.
Colin is calling me right now. What the hell?
We're fucking after it. How are you guys doing?
Dude, good.
Yeah, we're chilling. Actually, we're in the middle of a pod right now.
Yeah, we're in the middle of. We're literally in the middle of a podcast right now, so.
Are you fucking really?
Yeah, we started a podcast and we just got back. Like we did it
Last week we did our first one.
we did it a lot like months ago, but it died out and now we're just getting back into it.
Oh, let's fucking go, boys.
So congrats, you're our second guest.
I'm on speakerphone right now?
You
on
are.
the podcast?
You are on speakerphone of the pod.
Let's fucking go. I feel kind of important right now. Feels good.
You are a special guest. Our first guest that call in.
Yo,
Call this number at the bottom of the screen.
Have you guys been vexing at all?
No, we haven't. Haven't even touched the season, even though it looks pretty good.
Fucking good. That game is a disease.
That game.
So
I've been playing Fortnite actually, but not too much gaming in my life lately.
well, good. Good. How's the, Sean, how's the girl?
Ha, that's funny.
Oh, shit.
Non-existent anymore. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
I don't even know who I was talking to last time I talked to you.
Who knows? It's been time.
But the most recent also went to shit, so.
Sean's on the prowl.
Oh, attaboy.
Yeah, you know.
You know?
We're living it up. But, so what's so great about this new season of Apex? Like, what's making you enjoy it so much?
Oh,
He said I thought he said he wasn't playing it. Or have you been playing it?
I'm not playing that. No, hell no.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
okay.
He said it was a disease.
Oh,
That game
I thought he was like, it's so good I can't stop.
No, that game is a disease.
Oh, man.
That game is a virus.
Best thing to come out of Apex was us meeting you, bro.
Oh, absolutely. Same to you guys.
Oh.
But yeah, well, hey, I'll let you guys get to it. Marty, I hope the family's good. I know you got another kid too, don't you?
Yeah, no, they're all good, dude. They're all growing fast as hell. They're all fucking healthy, and dude, things have been great, honestly.
Well, fuck yeah. Katie doing all right?
Yeah, Katie's good. She's hanging out with the kiddos right now, and well, let me get some time away to do the pod with Sean, and yeah, dude, how's everything's doing good with you? You sound like you're doing a lot better than the last time I talked to you, so glad to hear it.
Yeah. Well, it's just a matter of like, I've been good. I just like reshifting focus and kind of reframing things for myself.
Oh yeah.
I hear that.
And, yeah, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the past year and a half, I don't know. It's been quite some time. It's been a tough bout. But I deal with OCD and like that. Getting a lock on that has really allowed me to kind of branch out and feel a lot better and just approach things with a bit more ingenuity rather than the same old thinking patterns.
Hell yeah, dude, that's
So,
awesome. Acknowledging that kind of shit and working on it's huge. Like I'm in the same boat too, dude. Like I've been working on a lot of stuff and taking a different thought pattern on life, and yeah, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you called, dude. Honestly, if there's anyone who would have called to interrupt the pod, it's only could have been you.
Yeah, that's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm on it. I'll call it. I forgot you guys do it on Sundays too.
Yeah.
I fucking knew.
Something was
You know?
telling you, yeah.
All right. Well, hey, I'll let you guys get back to the podcast.
Hell yeah.
It's good to touch base. I'll get on. We should do a PEX game. For the fuck of it.
Yeah, we can all hop on the
Easy.
mics and just shoot the shit and fucking. They got the
Suck.
Akimbo P2020s in Mozambique now. Have you seen that?
Fucking Christ, yeah. Let's do that. Only P2020s in Moses.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, well, definitely. Don't be a stranger, bro. Freaking. I'll shoot you a text and we'll plan something.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you. Yeah, we'll do that. All right. All right. I'll catch you boys later.
All right, hell yeah. Have a
Talk
good
to
one,
you
man.
soon. Peace.
Bye.
That's too funny.
Dude, isn't that weird?
That is so wild.
It's funny how the world works, the universe. Whether this gets edited out or not, I think that's still great.
We can at least explain.
Patreon. No, I'm just kidding. But no. So we used to play Apex Legends a lot, and funny enough, I randomly met this dude. Nox Aurora was his gamer tag, and he had ties to our home state, and we just became friendly over the years playing the game. And then he just so happened to come to our home state, and we took the opportunity to meet in real life. And he's a wicked cool dude. We went out, we went bar hopping one night with him, had an awesome time, and he went through a rough patch about a year ago. Not gonna dive into the details, but we talk here and there. But it's been a while since I've heard from him, and I wouldn't have interrupted the pod for I think anyone else, honestly. But,
Right.
wow, that just kind of upped my mood a little
Yeah,
bit.
you
Love
just
hearing
like
from him.
you're trying to casually check, and you're like, just gotta try to be raised to Nox.
Of
like,
all people,
yeah, that's crazy.
really
yeah.
good to hear from him.
Yeah.
He sounds like he's doing a lot better. So.
Yeah, and like you said, I like the way you talk about reframing. Changing the things you can change,
Yeah.
and
We're all, we all have lives. We're all human. We all go through different situations, scenarios, and we all deal with trauma in our own ways. And we're all just trying to, find our footing through this life. It's a crazy world. Nobody's ever lived in a time like the time we're in right now. But it's great to stay connected with people. I mean, shout out just as a message to anyone who's listening. You need help, if you're feeling down or anything, always give someone, a loved one, a friend a call. I mean, it's not going to hurt them. It's not going to hurt you. We're all here to help each other, I mean, that's what life's about. We're all in it together. I think
Absolutely.
I mentioned something last week on the pod. Like,
Mhm.
like you roughly base life off like 100 years. Like the people on this planet right now, like these are our people, whether you like it
Yeah.
or not, and the situations that are going on. But you know, it's good to stay connected. And
Yeah.
that was a great phone call. Really,
It's
just
crazy.
yeah, it was crazy.
It was
It
so
was
fun. Also, I love like we grew up in this age where so many people I know, or like it's just commonplace that like people meet people online and have friends all across the world. And even though we grew up in that, never really experienced anything like that.
Mm.
Like, meet randos on different games or just whatever. Like never really did like the group chats or like
no.
all that. But something about just like one, we just love Apex, but like it's just cool. Like we just play with him a bunch, and
There was
he
this
just,
big connection
Yeah.
through not even just the video game, but just through talking, shooting the
Mhm.
shit, and talking about our lives. To this honestly complete stranger at first, but just over time. I mean, everyone starts off as a stranger, but you see the clips and stories of people like, oh, I've been gaming with this person 10 years and finally met him in real life. Like the planets just aligned right, and you know we all made a really cool connection and got to meet in real life, and now I consider him a friend in real life. It's not just somebody I play video games with. We just said it. I mean, if we kept that in, we haven't played Apex in a while, and I mean it goes so much more beyond that. But it's cool that we got to experience that, and you know he's just such a cool dude.
love you, dog.
Love you, dog. So Nog.
We'll have to reach out and be like, hey, can we keep some of that audio for the pod? And
Yeah, I'm sure he won't mind.
Yeah.
He sounded excited that
I
he
think
was
so.
on the pod.
Yeah.
yeah. So
early stages, we talked about doing it with him.
yeah, I know. Funny enough, because he used
Trying
to
to
be.
do-
If you didn't know, I lived in another state for a little while, and that's where the idea of the pod came. Like when I came back to this state, and we live in the same state now. But before I moved back, it was when the talks of this podcast and creating it started. And he used to be, you know, the third person in our party listening. He's like, "Oh, it's a great idea," you know.
Yeah, we thought we would just do all like webcam style from different our own spots and
Yeah.
just kind of have the videos synced up that way.
Yeah.
Which like for guests down the line, you know,
Yeah.
having him on, like we could do stuff like that still. But yeah, it's just he's a good dude, and like that, you know, that just elevated my day. a little
Me
more.
too, elevated
Already
me
had
too.
a great weekend, but like hearing from an old friend always makes it.
And you can tell he's a good dude. Like he knows I have kids. He knows my girl Katie. Like he asks about those kind of things. Like it's not a lot of people like that. Like even he's so removed from our lives, but he don't forget and he remembers and he still reaches out and asks those things how everyone's doing because he cares. He's a good dude.
He's
You know,
good.
it's, you know,
That was great.
it was great. It's funny.
What were we talking about before he?
Oh,
we're talking about the One Piece.
yeah, the One Piece live action.
yes.
I was curious who's playing Crocodile.
I haven't heard who was playing Crocodile.
Okay, there hasn't been any
Today,
leaks yet.
I finally checked my phone after all the wedding weekend, and I saw something that there might be someone found for Ace,
Ooh,
and it's the kid from Cobra Kai,
Miguel.
Miguel.
No.
He might be playing Ace.
That's like okay.
and like that could be a rumor.
I
don't
could
know,
see it.
but I thought that'd be so good.
I could see it though.
Yeah,
That's
because
great.
like they're supposed to be Luffy and I mean, no, you know, they're
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
brothers.
Yeah, I do know.
You know,
Spoiler.
Oda always said that. Yeah, Oda always said like if Luffy was put in the real world, he'd be Brazilian. And I don't know. Actually, I don't know how that actor, you know, his.
I loved him in
heritage.
Cobra Kai. I haven't watched the newest season. I heard not the best of things, but
Yeah.
he also did that. I think it was a DC movie. It was the
Yeah.
Blue Beetle or
Yeah.
whatever. I started that. I didn't get to finish it, but I mean, I think he'd be a great choice for Ace. That's cool.
I think he could fit the part.
He's got the look.
He's got the look. He's got the fighting experience. Ace is like this ripped dude. He's like not like too top heavy, but he definitely comes off as a Dorito at first.
Yeah.
But as they got his character more in line, like he could do real justice. And
Oh, yeah.
like the fucking not the Flame Emperor, but what do they call him? Like, Fire Fist Ace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fire Fist
I would
Ace.
love to see it.
That's a dream. To just be get an acting role where they're like, all right, we're gonna get you super buff.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I'm getting paid for this. They're like, yeah.
I wish
we need you buff in 6 months.
I would love if I could ever land a role like One Piece. If you hear this, I could be your Blackbeard.
Yes, you could.
I could be your Kaido. I'll get in better shape than Kaido.
I could be Kaido.
I got the hair, you know. I'll get the
I think
beard.
you're gonna look a
back
little
up.
rougher to be Blackbeard though.
Yeah.
He's kind of like he's seen
You
the
know,
seas for
special
some years.
effects do wonders.
Yeah,
you know? We
yeah.
can get rid of some teeth.
He'll
We
paint
can
you
do his
all
laugh.
up. Yeah,
Oh, no, I can do it. It's real guttural. It's like Seth Rogen. but- yeah, a little more like
I
that.
don't even know.
But yeah, no, I think I'm very excited for the One Piece live action. They're like slowly sneaking out. They still haven't said who's doing Chopper. They still haven't said how they're gonna do Chopper.
Yeah, interesting. Is it gonna be a CGI kind of situation or like?
Yeah, Chopper, if anyone doesn't know, is a little reindeer guy. And he's like a kid. He's 15 when they introduce him, so he's still a kid. But he's a reindeer who accidentally ate the human fruit.
Mm-hmm. You know, it'd be funny. The voice of Rocket.
Oh.
Um,
Fuck. We're bad with names again today.
The Hangover guy. What's
Yeah.
his name?
Give me a second. It's right there. It's
Dun.
Brad.
Is it Bradley?
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
There we go.
That would be so
God,
funny
that's so
for some
sad.
reason.
Bradley Cooper's the man.
He
does
is
so
the
many
man.
good things. But he could do it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Chopper's got a little more of a high pitched voice.
Yeah, but like I didn't even hear Bradley Cooper's voice with Rocket. I still really don't.
I do.
Do you?
I can hear it. It's very.
It'd just be funny because like he did Rocket so well. I wonder if
Yeah.
just him jumping on. But I think it should definitely go to somebody who's a fan of anime and a fan of One Piece. I think they would take it more seriously and dive in. Nothing against you, Bradley.
Right.
Just
But this is another thing I want to bring up when we've gone on this conversation of like the controversy, right? Of how they're picking actors and who's playing who, and I kind of agree with you. Like to a certain extent, yes. When there's patterns across multiple forms of media and multiple movies and shows, like it's something that should be addressed. Like how are we actually choosing who's playing who? You know what I mean? Like, but a lot of heat I think was also driven, or people will bring up like, oh well, if Oda, the original creator of One Piece, if he says it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Which, as much as a One Piece fan I am, you need to be able to still critique something.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for it to say something's so perfect that there can be no mistakes made in any adaptation of it. And it's an interesting conversation. Like obviously Oda is involved, right? Like it's his work, and I can't imagine what it's like to have your work you've been working on for 30-something years, giving it to someone else to adapt and do with it. But he only has so much control.
Yeah, because once you get the big wigs involved, and it becomes about the finance part of it, or like how it actually gets put on the screen, or like what's really going to resonate with people. Because I mean, even with the live action, so many people saw that never watched the anime or read the manga.
Absolutely.
And now they're fans of One Piece because of the live action. So clearly, there's people in those seats that know what they're doing. But I do think like when it comes to who these roles are given to, obviously it's a certain situation where it's like, I think it comes down to really if the actor fits the vision and can play the part right. I don't think it has so much, like, in my personal opinion, I don't think it should have so much to do with their background, ethnicity, religion, whatever that may be. And I know that can really upset some people where they're like, oh, well, this person in this so set situation in the comics or the manga was this, and
it's always
how could they not pick someone with that? Maybe they went through every person and who applied for that role and just they didn't see the vision with them, and then you have someone like else come in and they're like, well, I know you're not of Egyptian descent or African or anything, but you do this and I can see you as this person. So I mean it's controversial and it gets some people going, but I think at the end of the day it comes down to who's really like heart and soul is in it, and are they delivering it well enough.
I think so much with the internet and people being able to drop their every douchebag has a podcast, like
everyone has an opinion.
Everyone's got an opinion, and like I think so many people just let the show come out first. Let whatever that you're complaining about release and watch it, because like you said, if maybe it's not someone who matches exactly what the comics were supposed to be, all that whatever. Like
there was only one time the internet stood up to fix something, and that was
Sonic.
I don't want to say it, but full circle. But yeah, that was the only time. I mean, that's CGI. That's so different. I think let them do what they're gonna do, and see how it plays out.
See how it plays out on screen. If it's bad, if you have complaints about it after that, sure, voice them and you have your opinion. But like, just so many people want to complain about something before even seeing it. Like, I get the conversation, but like, let's just see what the person does with it.
They don't want these opportunities to be limited to certain groups, but at the end of the day, like we're saying, like let it come out. Let's see how it plays out, and clearly there's somebody has a vision for something and why these people are chosen for the roles, and see how they do, how it plays out.
Maybe I'm too trustworthy, Maybe I'm just like, what, I'll let them figure it out and I'll see if I enjoy it. But I'm also
the first season was great.
Yeah,
they did an awesome job. So
I got friends of mine who make fun of me all the time. Every time I'm like, something anime, they like roll their eyes like,
Mhm.
oh, of course. They're like, I'm just trying to talk. But some of them watched the live action. They were like, I actually thought about reading the manga now because
Yeah.
like Zoro's pretty sick. Like he's a cool character.
So sick.
And it's just that warms my heart.
And I love that because I feel like, I mean, me and Sean are really big people, and like we've always loved, you know, animation and anime and all that stuff. And I think there's something it does with like human emotions and stuff, and storytelling, that it can really expand beyond what like in real life stuff can do. And not that it can't mirror that, but a lot of these stories that started off as like these mangas or animated series that like really just dive into the human condition and all this other stuff, it hasn't always been as well portrayed with, you know, the real life stuff. And I think when you take a story like that and then you try to transform it into this live action, it resonates with people, and you're like, oh my god, wow, this actually is a great story. And I've just been one of those people that never would care to go check it out,
Right.
and it's kind of sad because there's so much great storytelling. It doesn't all have to be like, you know, live action. I mean,
Right.
people really should take the time to try to watch an anime or watch, even like, we grew up on cartoons. I mean, there's some great cartoons that even like, I just saw a clip on TikTok, shout out TikTok, it was the episode of Futurama with Fry and the dog.
The little black thing with the one eye?
No, his pet dog that like.
Okay, I don't know.
So, oh no, it's such a heartthrob.
It's like Futurama is one of the lowest tier of adult animations for me.
It's
I
so
can't
good.
stand it.
I think I put it
It's
above.
fine.
I think I put it above The Simpsons for me. I know that's a bold statement, but like.
That's bold.
Lordberg. No, but there's an episode, basically, like, he had a dog before he got accidentally sent to the future, and then they go back to the site, and he actually finds, like, his dog fossilized, and they're about to bring it back and, like, clone it or something, and then at very last second, Fry's, like, destroys the machine, and he's like, no, this dog, I only knew him for 3 years, he lived the rest of his life, he probably had a great life, and then there's a flashback, the dog waited for him to the day he died to return, and it's so sad, and it really just, oh my god, it resonates with like pet owners and dog lovers, but like it's so sad, and like I hated the writers for that because it was like, but again, like it's animated, and you think of it as like, oh, this adult animation, it's goofy, it's funny, but then like they really can dive into like your emotions, and you're like, oh my god, like that episode, first time around seeing it, I was like crying like a baby. I was like, this is so sad.
Oh yeah.
But like. That's what I mean. Like, there's this disconnect with some people who are against animation, thinking like they can't be like this deeper thing than it is. And I think Futurama is a great example because yeah, it is all fun and games and goofy and this ridiculousness, but then you have an episode like that, and it's just like you're like, wow, how did that just hit me so hard? This is supposed to just be a goofy cartoon.
Yeah.
And it just got so real and deep. And anime does that great. You know that more than most people. And I mean, shout out Naruto. I mean, like. Believe it. Believe it.
Yeah, I know so many people who are just like, and it's not like a mindful ignorance or like purposely being like, screw that. They just, in their heads, they see an animated thing and they're like, I just can't connect with it. And like,
disconnect, it's for kids or something, but
like, you know,
give
when
it a
I'm watching
chance.
something, I want to feel like I'm connected to. I want to feel that like reciprocal sort of energy of like, it's giving me something and I'm, you know, I'm trying to take from it, you know, like, and you need that connection. And if you can't put yourself into the mindset of the setting or the characters or anything, you can't enjoy it.
I feel like there's so much good character development in anime too, based off of like other, you know, live action shows.
Yeah.
And that's not taking anything away because there are some great character developments in like TV series, but even, I mean, not to loop around, this is still in the context of anime. Shout out anybody, there's somebody on YouTube who's been making the Dragon Ball Z errors, and they've edited it so it just flows into a whole kind of like movie. So, I mean, shout out to whoever's, you know, editing that on YouTube for the Dragon Ball Z. Like, it's just cool because you don't have to like go through episodes, it just flows into one continuous thing of like whichever series it is.
Right.
Not series, but you know, era of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, the different arcs.
The different arcs. Thank you. But yeah, no, it's very cool. Someone took the time to do that. But even like, I know a lot of people, like, you're either a diehard DBZ fan or you're kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or you hate it. But like, there's some great character development. I mean, in the early series, and again, it just brings me back to like, anime does it so well. It really, you watch the timeline, you get really involved with these characters, and you see them go from A to B, and you're like, how do we get here?
Yeah,
And that's great.
Vegeta, one of the most famous
Mm-hmm.
arcs of goes from a bad guy to being a rival to being a best friend, and like
I love it.
one of the better rival friendships in
Definitely,
anime.
definitely in my top 5.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters. Which,
Sorry.
no, you're good. I was gonna say, well, with saying top 5, you were mentioning earlier, like doing
Doing drafts.
yeah,
You want to try to do a draft real quick?
yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. I mean, what you want to do? Just characters? You want to do
Yeah, let's do characters. Why not?
characters of all time?
Like our favorite characters of all time, or
Yeah.
we doing a top 5? That's a tough one.
I know. That's what
We're gonna be anything we say we're gonna hate after, and someone's gonna hold it against us.
Yeah.
But, let's get more specific. Top 5.
Ooh, what about redemption arcs?
That's a tough one.
It is, but I can think of a few.
Sure, let's do it. You want to go first? What's your
Okay.
top 5 character redemption arcs?
Okay, so we're gonna do it. I just want to.
How about the
Like,
order
I can-
doesn't matter. It's
Okay,
not
we're
like
just
1
gonna-
isn't the most and 5 isn't the least. It just
Well, so we're just listing our 5. We're not gonna.
Yeah.
I think we are gonna start doing some rankings and some drafts eventually.
testing the waters
Yeah.
with some new stuff.
But all right, top 5.
Well, just your 5.
Yeah, some of the best 5. Easily, Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Good one.
Just
Great one.
so hard hitting. You see really every aspect of his personality throughout the entire arc. And
Those sound
redemption.
edits with Zuko on TikTok always just hit me
Oh,
hard. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm angry at myself. It's so good. Another one, Jamie Lannister.
ooh.
So easy to hate. It's visceral from the start, you know, the whole incest thing. No one wants to see that. And like the weird in the books, it's even more like hard hitting with like him and Cersei's relationship, and like the weird thing with like seeing themselves in each other, and like it's them, but also themselves against the world.
Yeah.
And then it turns, it just slowly turns into this great story with him and Brienne, and him realizing who he really is, not just this label, and ends up being a sort of likable guy. And
Yeah.
I love a character that you don't like, or like you shouldn't, but you have just
You're like forced to like
a
him
little
by the
bit of
end.
respect for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Another one. I don't know if I want to use both of these. Yeah. No. Okay. Naruto. I'm gonna go Sasuke.
Okay.
I don't want to get too deep into it, but just like the original edgelord, right? Just the brooding teenager with the older brother that he hates, who killed his clan. He's just like, fuck this, and I want to be stronger to make everything, to get my revenge.
The corniness is
Yeah.
there, the cringe.
But just the story that he goes through, and like maybe it's not perfect, but it's just one that's always stuck with me. Like he just, the rivalry with Naruto and how that evolves throughout his like realizing what he actually wants and realizing who he really is, like dealing with everything through the war arc.
you
And,
go through it with them.
yeah, it's just one that sticks with me, and he was always one of my favorite from the show, just because he's got sick powers and he's got a really interesting story, especially by the end. I'm curious to see what you feel, and once you eventually get to Boruto, the extension of that, where he ends up in there. Yeah. Okay. So what was that? That was 3.
Right, Zuko, Jamie, Lannister, and Sasuke.
And Sasuke.
2 more.
2 more.
I'm like lost right now.
Yeah,
So,
it's
scrambling.
The last 2 will be tough, because I have another one I'm kind of thinking about. You know what? Okay, because One Piece doesn't have a whole lot of yet. There's like some on the way. Ooh, okay. No, I got my 2. This is okay. But what's kind of a spoiler for you?
It's okay because this is more for viewers.
Okay, yeah, true.
I'll catch up.
Spoiler ahead for Yu Yu Hakusho and for One Piece. And there's probably some other live action examples I can think of, but these 2 are some of my favorite shows ever. So, Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, good one.
It's not a long one. It's not like a long arc. You don't see him as like this awful person for very long, but he's consistently just an asshole.
Yes.
And like even after the whole tournament arc, and like he's part of the team Urameshi, they fought, they got through the big bad and all the fights. Like he's still a demon.
Yeah.
And like there's this great scene in like one of the last seasons of Yu Yu where Yusuke is trying to go find some information on these guys who were doing something in the demon world and the human world, and he's like, I'm a fucking demon. Like,
Yeah.
if you want my help, you have to figure it out because I don't care about this. And he just goes away for a while, and like, he ends up coming back, and it's a really sweet moment. But like, I just love the consistency, like, the consistency of that character. But like, no, Hiei wouldn't care about this. He's still a demon. He has his own things, and like, it's a real fun rival relationship with Yusuke and that sort of the humans of the group. And I really always appreciated how they stuck to his character, but allowed us to see slight development in such a short series.
Yeah.
And the last one, easily one of my favorite characters in One Piece, Bartholomew Kuma. So when you're introduced to him, basically there's these things called the Warlords of the Sea.
Yeah.
They are pirate captains or pirates that basically just have a lot of influence and a lot of power. And the world government is like, hey, we will allow you to be part of this group and kind of just look the other way while you do certain stuff for us. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of just keep some of the seas intact and make sure people aren't getting too rowdy. But when he's introduced, he's this big looming threat, this giant tall dude who can just like, he just pops people and, you know, out of existence almost. They don't really know, you don't know what's going on with him. He's just this big looming warlord threat. And but throughout the series, the few times he pops up before you kind of see what his real story is, there's always these weird actions, the weird things that he decides, and you're like, why would that happen? Like, there's got to be a reason for that. And as you slowly, I mean, again, it's 1,100 episodes, 1,100 chapters, whatever. As as we get further, we just kind of recently discovered why he was doing those things, but man, the backstory for him, when you find out why he was working with the world government, how he became a warlord, the friends that he had that we didn't know he was connected with, and then it comes full circle. Like,
I love when you get into One Piece because it just gets me so hyped up. I'm reading the manga.
Yeah.
I've been going at a slow pace, but I definitely gotta hit some chapters tonight.
But yeah, Kuma, God, he's Ace and Kuma are the two that I connect with the most, and I'm excited for you to get to that reveal because I hope you'll see it. But he's just the best dude, but goes through the worst shit.
No shit.
And it's a crazy redemption arc.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's my 5 for now.
I like it. Those are some good picks. I've been trying to think while you've been going talking about your 5. Probably a cornier answer, but I'll have to say for one of mine, definitely Anakin Skywalker.
Ooh, okay. That's a good one. I didn't even think of it. I thought of Star Wars, but I didn't think of Anakin's.
Well, you almost forget he has a redemption arc by the end. Just at the end. But I mean, it's just the fact that, like, and if you've seen the Obi-Wan show or whatever, and he's like, I killed Anakin, have you seen that scene? But it's like, he was always deep in there, just, it's, the whole, you pushing stuff down in life, and like, he just buried this part of him that no longer he wanted to see himself as or exist, but it was always there, and it took his own son to reignite that, and realize, it's just great. It's so cinematically beautiful, I love it. Shout out George Lucas, I mean, it's just great. I had to throw him on the list. Well, I was sitting thinking, and maybe another corner answer, just because this is a tough 5 to think of.
It is, yeah.
And I'm really trying to brainstorm here. Severus Snape.
Oh my god.
Another great redemption arc.
Great redemption arc.
You just hate him.
Yeah. You could throw Draco in there, but Severus is the best one.
Snape, you just like, I've never read the books, not to attack me, but I love the freaking movies, and you just can't stand him. He just seems eerie and evil, and you're just, by the end of it, you're so thrown off that you're like, he really was looking out for him the whole time. Yeah. You're like, wow.
Another one where there's little actions, you're like, why would he do it that way?
Yeah.
You just don't get it.
What was the approach, or what was the thought process behind it? And then you just gotta love that click where you're like, oh god, like,
when he's, spoilers, when he's dying and he pulls out the memory of everything. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Heartwarming.
Oh, now I'm gonna have a brain fart because I'm that person. I did have another one in my head and I lost it. Redemption arc's so tough. It's like so specific.
It's very specific.
Yeah, like you can't stand.
You could throw Vegeta on there.
Vegeta's, yeah. I mean, that was like.
That was the example.
He definitely was going to be on the list. I was kind of letting it build up, trying to get some more. But of course, Vegeta's on my redemption arc list. I mean, just the brutality of that character, and just like how different he is from Goku, and just the fact that they are from the same planet and they're the same, the same alien species, and just how different they are. But yet, like, there was this unlocking moment that it took Kakarot to show Vegeta that was like something to this. There's something to caring about people and doing something for more than just yourself. So a great redemption arc. I mean, he's just so evil at first, like just brutality to the max. Will kill you in an instant.
Right.
Not even lose sleep over it, to the point where now he has children and he loves Bulma. And it's a lot, but yeah, Vegeta's definitely on my list. We got Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader and who else did I say? Severus Snape. Two more is a tough one.
Tough.
Yeah, it is tough. I'm like drawing a blank even. Like, what have I seen? I feel like I picked some like pretty straightforward, corny ones, but like.
But I totally forgot what to say. I didn't even think Harry Potter.
Yeah, I know. But they're good ones for sure. I just saw the Funko Knuckles.
Yep.
He does.
He's the villain.
Yeah, he has a redemption arc, and then he becomes part of the Team Sonic. So, I'll put him on my list. I don't want him there.
Knuckles the echidna.
I don't want him there. I'm just struggling. We already talked about Sonic, and I'm scared of the room for ideas. I'm like, why can't I think right now? It's funny when you're put on the spot.
Oh, I know, right? And I'm like looking for inspiration.
At least that's 4. I'm like, what else do we got? Ooh. Freaking Orochimaru.
Oh, he popped in my head when I was thinking of Naruto.
I love Orochimaru. I don't know what it is about him. He's creepy, he's weird, he's sadistic. But by the end of it, you realize like he was part of this original team, and his brain was the problem. He just had a weird way of thinking and approaching things. But like by the end of where I was at in the series, it's like, he came back for.
You saw him back in the war arc, right?
Yeah, and he jumped back in there and he helped Tsunade and.
Oh yeah, you saw him.
He definitely had a redemption.
I mean, he saved the 5 Kage.
Yeah,
so that's the 5 shinobi leaders. Like, that's pretty fucking big.
Well,
also,
Knuckles is a terrible on the list.
It's so funny to have Knuckles and Orochimaru, because I was gonna say, easily Orochimaru is like the most evil on this 10 list total. Like,
he's even hard to have a redemption arc,
which is what's so great. Like, just wait till Boruto. I cannot wait for you to see where he ends up in Boruto.
Oh my god!
Because spoiler, they are still alive. I like to say they for Orochimaru because it's never really fully explained where. I mean, I'm sure there's some people who know more than I do, but like, Orochimaru has changed bodies, has experimented on children and adults and stolen their bodies and killed so many people. Like, they're kind of just a they. And actually, spoiler alert, their kid refers to them as both a mother and a father.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. So,
well, it's funny because like with serpents laying eggs and stuff, they're like these asexual things. So interesting. I like.
You had some great picks actually.
Yeah.
Like, I know you struggle with Knuckles, but like,
I'm gonna get shit for Knuckles, but I lost it. And,
in the games, he was never actually villain.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
Hell yeah, that was a solid.
Well, that was a fun little. We'll have to try doing more stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we'll do drafts are fun because you kind of you have to pick like first and second together and fourth and fifth together.
Yeah.
So it's a little more like strategy with like who's gonna get taken.
And we're putting each other on the spot, so there's not a lot of like forethought between it. It's raw and authentic, and that's why you see us just like, but I still think it's fun. And then who we come up with, and who knows? We'll probably have like a second coming thought after, and then like we'll be on the next week. Like, I take back Knuckles. This is on my list.
Like, I forgot about so and so.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna think of another one.
Just to roll into maybe another segment. Did you have a song of the week that you've been enjoying?
Yeah, I was thinking about how I wanted to approach this week because again, there's been so much new music I've been discovering.
Yes,
but I don't think I've chosen this band as any of my music songs of the week so far. So I'm gonna go with "Sheep" by Mountjoy.
Ooh, nice.
It's a band that I've now seen like 4 or 5 times. I've never seen a band more than once or twice, like purposefully. I've been invited to shows. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll see them again. But they're just so fucking good. Very nature, crunchy, hippie vibe, like soft rock.
I love it. Mountjoy's great.
"Sheep" is literally it's White Guilt, the song. It's basically all about just like, hey, we should feel like there's a whole thing. It's like we should kind of be aware that we have it kind of easy. There's shit going on around us, and it's like our duty to be aware and to like feel that, be empathic. But that's the first song that I heard from them, and it just put me on a track. Their 3 albums are all there's 2 of them that have like no skips.
Great band. I actually seen them live with him. Went to a Noah Khan show, and not that I listened to them much. I knew about them and I knew a couple of their songs, but great band. Highly recommend checking them out.
So "Sheep," Mountjoy.
I think I'm gonna go for mine. This is a little bit different, and I'm gonna butcher the name. It's "Money on the Dash" by Ellie Duhay. Wentham?
Money on the hash?
No, "Money on the Dash"
Dash.
by Ellie Duhay. Wentham? I don't know. Look it up. Probably
We'll
butchering
put it
it. It's good. So this is a little side note. I do have a TikTok account. I've been going live, and recently I had someone be like, "Why don't you do suggested song?" I did that, and I got a lot of people who came and suggested music. I've been finding new music through TikTok viewers, which has been super fun.
Yeah.
And I decided I'm going to make a playlist on my Spotify of all songs that have been suggested through TikTok. That was one of them, and I'm like, it's a little bit like techno-y, bumpy, but like, you know, with some singing and lyrics in it, but I'm really enjoying it. It's just one of those songs, it's like a go-to. I'm going for my drive. I kind of start with that one and see where it goes. But yeah, that would be my song of the week. Money on the Dash by whatever I said before.
The name that you butchered.
Yeah, the name that I butchered. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I love that idea you started because you always just like play with the lives, do something random. And I feel like that's just something now so easy that you could get a really good following for yourself. You know, have some extra fun with it.
There's
and,
a
like,
format
get some great
now.
music. Yeah,
it's not just like up in the air, like, hey, I'm live, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Now I'm live, and I'm like, give me some music. And it's been fun. A lot
Yeah.
of people have been, shout out anybody who checked out the pod because I suggested it through my lives. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hell yeah.
Leave a comment. Let us know what you're thinking about everything. But,
And you keep an eye out because we've been talking about we've done like Soul Links, Pokemon games. I think we should get back into more streaming.
definitely.
Um,
Didn't you say you had a buddy that you talked to recently that was interested in doing
Yeah,
something like that?
we were talking about doing the one. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a ROM hack where they introduce like radioactive Pokemon
Ooh, interesting.
and like kind of new forms and just I think it's like an Emerald ROM hack.
I know there's Kaizo Emerald, which is
it's a
like
big one.
apparently that's like one of the toughest edited ROMs or whatever.
Yeah.
However you'd say it, custom ROMs,
But yeah, keep an eye out because I don't know. We could do Fortnite, we could do Rocket League,
yeah,
we could
oh
do
my
Pokemon.
god, so much.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it head there. You know, just like Elevated Times is, you know, we want to be more than just a pod. It's starting off as a pod, but like, it's our identity right now with what we're trying to do on the internet and get to know us through the pod, and then we'll branch out into doing some other stuff. I think it'd be great.
And you touched on it before a little bit. I can't remember exactly how, but it made me think of it. Like, part of why I want to do this is like it's great we can meet new people. You know, like I want to interact with people and be able to talk about the games that we love, the shows that are coming up that we're excited for, whatever. Like
Even learning stuff through viewer.
Yeah.
I mean, we
New
love
songs.
suggestions, new songs, new animes, new movies. It's great. I mean, we're super into all that kind of stuff. I mean, whatever elevates you, whatever elevates us. That's what this whole podcast is about. Just us talking about things that we genuinely enjoy and want to talk about. We just, again, I said it early in the pod. We're not trying to be anything more than what we are. We're just trying to have fun and hang out and make a community out there. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for showing back up and see where this takes us. And again, this is just for shits and gigs. We're not trying to, as you can tell, be anything more than what we are. Like, serious isn't a word I would use.
Right. No, exactly.
But this is all for fun. So.
Yeah. We're here to just put ourselves out there, do our own thing, and
if you enjoy, you enjoy. If you don't, we don't care. So.
But I do really hope that one day we can get to a point. Like I love hearing other people's fixations. You know what I mean? Like I would love. If you ever see this, send us a video of something you love, whether it's glass blowing, whether it's like, oh, you know what, you should hear about spelunking. I don't know shit about spelunking.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine getting the mindset of like I'm gonna go crawl under these 1,000-pound rocks under the earth and just go explore like inner caves. Like that's crazy. Like
maybe we'll have someone on the pod one day who's done it.
I hope so.
I hate to even like backtrack. Did we even ask what elevates Ryan in his life? Like, what his main thing?
See, I didn't want to just like straight up. I wanted him to just naturally bring it up.
I know he's a big horror fan. We did touch on that.
Horror, music, loves tattooing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely check out that episodes. Look out for streaming guests. As we remain elevated, we're also gonna keep changing. You know what I mean? Like
it's definitely, you'll see us progress and you'll see things, change, and you'll see us change, and we're just growing with you guys. We're growing with this with Elevated Times, and we're still in the early workings of it, but we enjoy doing it. And again, if you made it this far, thank you, and comment comment your top 5 redemption arcs.
Yeah, yeah.
Comment your song of the week. I mean, we'd love to hear from you guys, and we want to see this grow. So
tell us whatever you want. Tell us you hate us. You
Yeah.
know? Be like, yo, that shirt looks stupid.
yeah,
Whatever.
shit talk us. Like the background sucks. Like
Yeah, change the bed. You know, if you've got a suggestion, give it to us.
yeah.
But yeah, no, this has been Elevated Times. My name's Sean.
I'm Marty, and thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Peace out.